You put your keys down just 10 seconds ago, and now they have completely vanished. You walk into a room and then instantly forget why you even went in there. Your brain seems to drop the simplest little things in a single instant. But then a song you have not heard in 20 whole years comes on the radio. And suddenly you remember every single word of it without even trying. It plays in your head perfectly, almost like it never left you at all. So why is your memory absolutely terrible at one of these, yet perfect at the other? Why do the keys vanish, while the song stays locked inside you forever? It can honestly feel like your memory is broken, or at the very least deeply unfair. But it is not broken at all. It is doing exactly what it was designed to do. And the real reason reveals something genuinely surprising about how your mind works. To really understand this, you first need to know what a memory actually is. Forming a memory is not one single step, but actually 3 separate ones. First, your brain has to encode it, turning a raw experience into a memory. Then it has to store it, keeping the new memory safely tucked away. And finally, it has to retrieve it, pulling the memory back out when you need it. Encode, store, retrieve. Every memory you have must pass through all 3. And forgetting can sneak in at any one of those 3 different stages. When it comes to your missing keys, the problem strikes at the very first step. The simple truth is you never actually saved that memory in the first place. Think back for a second to the moment you walked in and set your keys down. You were not really thinking about your keys at all in that moment. Your mind was somewhere else entirely, on your day, your phone, your worries. You set them down completely on autopilot without a single conscious thought. And here is the crucial fact. Your brain only encodes what you pay attention to. Attention is the gatekeeper that decides what gets to become a memory at all. Whatever you ignore in that moment simply slips away forever. Because you paid it no attention, the location of your keys was never encoded. So later, when you search your memory for it, there is simply nothing there. You are not failing to find the memory. The memory was never even made. It is exactly like searching your computer for a file you never actually saved. The keys did not slip your mind. They never truly entered it in the first place. And all of this actually happens for a very good reason. Your brain is not a camera, quietly recording absolutely everything around you. Every single second, your senses are flooded with far too much information. If you tried to save every bit of it, your mind would be utterly overwhelmed. So your brain ruthlessly filters almost all of that information straight out. It carefully keeps only the things that genuinely seem to matter. Everything else is quietly let go, often within just a few short seconds. And a dull routine action repeated every single day simply does not make the cut. Just imagine trying to remember every single time you have ever put down your keys. Forgetting the boring stuff is not a flaw at all. It is a brilliant feature. But now we finally come to the real mystery at the heart of all this. If your brain throws away so much, why on earth does that old song survive? A simple melody from your teenage years can come flooding back in a heartbeat. Every word, every note, and the exact feeling you had way back then. While the keys vanish in mere seconds, the song lasts a whole lifetime. One leaves behind no trace at all, while the other becomes part of you. To understand why, we have to look at what music actually does to your brain. And it turns out that music does something almost nothing else can. When scientists scan the brain of someone listening to music, they see something remarkable. Music does not just light up one small corner of the brain. It lights up far more of it than almost any other single experience. It hits the hearing centers, bringing in the sound of the music itself. It hits the movement centers, making you want to tap your feet and dance. It hits the emotion centers, flooding your whole body with feeling. And it hits the memory centers too, all at the very same time. Almost no other everyday experience switches on so much of the brain at once. A memory wired into that many parts of the brain is incredibly hard to ever erase. But the single most powerful ingredient of all is emotion. Your missing keys had absolutely no feeling attached to them whatsoever. But that song did. It was tied to a first love or a perfect endless summer. Maybe a heartbreak, a long road trip, or a single unforgettable night. Strong emotion sends a powerful signal deep down into your brain. Feelings act like a bright highlighter drawn across your memories. It essentially screams out one clear message: this moment matters, so save it. An emotional part of the brain then stamps these memories in extra deep. That is exactly why your most emotional moments are also your most vivid memories. Emotion is the powerful glue that makes a memory truly stick for good. Music also does two more things that your forgotten keys never could. A song you truly love releases dopamine, your brain's own reward chemical. That rush of pure pleasure tells your brain this is well worth holding on to. And then there is the sheer, relentless power of simple repetition. You did not hear that one favorite song just a single time. You heard it dozens or maybe even hundreds of times, over and over again. And each play carved that memory just a little bit deeper into your mind. Slowly, the song became a permanent groove you could never quite wear away. Emotion, reward, and repetition together make a song almost impossible to forget. And there is one special period of life when this whole effect is at its strongest. The songs that stick hardest of all come from your teens and your 20s. Scientists actually have a name for this window: the reminiscence bump. During these years, your brain forms more lasting memories than at any other time. It is the time when you were first falling in love and discovering who you are. Everything back then felt brand new, intense, and deeply, powerfully emotional. So the music from those years got burned in far more deeply than any other. That is exactly why a song from your youth can feel just like a time machine. It does not simply play a tune, it plays back the person you used to be. And there is one final, truly astonishing piece of proof for all of this. It comes from people who are living with advanced Alzheimer's disease. This illness can slowly take away even a person's very deepest memories. Some can no longer recognize their own children or even know where they are. And yet, when a song from their youth begins to play, something wonderful happens. They light right up, and they begin to sing along to every single word. For a few precious minutes, the person you knew seems to gently return. The music is woven so deeply through so very much of the brain that it becomes one of the very last things the disease can ever reach. When almost everything else has faded away, the songs still quietly remain. So here is the real truth about your so-called terrible memory. It is not broken, and it is not actually failing you at all. It is doing exactly what it evolved to do, and with remarkable skill. It throws away the boring and the routine, like where you happen to drop your keys. And it carefully keeps the things that carried real meaning and real feeling. It is not trying to save your whole life, only the parts that truly shaped you. Your keys are forgettable, because to your brain, they simply did not matter. But that song is woven right into the very story of who you truly are. It is not merely a tune stuck in your head. It is a living piece of your past. So the next time you lose your keys, please do not blame your memory. Just blame the simple fact that they were never really worth remembering. Follow for your quick why.